everyone. I'm sorry I haven't been posting videos lately because I've been very busy. It's just like I try to post whenever I can. This is a big channel called Abroad in Japan and I'm gonna be reacting to it.
Check. Crumpled boarding pass. Sorted. Snuggly travel pillow. Oh yes. Knowledge. What? Cultural knowledge. Well, I've watched The Last Samurai, haven't I? And got this guidebook, this Japan travel book. Oh, you mean the travel guide you'll never read? How dare you? I'm going to read it on the plane. Absolute lies. Save yourself the hassle, guys.
I like the way he did the editing. I see a reflection of him in the background. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
In this video, I sat down with my good friend Pete, a British radio DJ who visits Japan once or twice a year, and we discussed 12 things we wish we'd known before coming to Japan. Hopefully at least one or two of those points will save you from some potential embarrassment or save you some time. So let's jump in. Wow, he's actually reading it. Bloody hell. Try and avoid flying into Narita Airport.
Avoid Narita Airport. I guess what he's saying is because it's busy and it's far away, but in my opinion, I had a good experience when it comes to the Narita Airport. When I go to Japan and when I come back to Japan, I always go to this airport and I had no problems. And yeah, I don't think it's busy. I don't think it's a busy airport. So I don't know why this guy is saying to avoid Narita Airport.
Two airports that service Tokyo. Tokyo, Haneda and Tokyo Narita. Actually, Haneda's really close, and that's the one I recommend. It's a brilliant airport.
20-minute taxi
20-minute
ride
taxi.
into
Or there's
town.
a monorail as well. Go
20-minute taxi. Well, taxi is very expensive in Japan, but obviously there's no Uber or anything, so taxi is the only thing that they have. But I recommend the trains because it's more quicker and save you money.
Straight there into Tokyo. 20 minutes. Beautiful. Love it. And then there's Narita, which takes about 3 days trek to get to and from. I hate it.
It's an hour and a quarter from Shinjuku, I want to say.
The main reason I don't like Narita is just the distance. You know,
But
especially if you're flying into Japan, odds are you're going to be tired, jet lagged, pretty grumpy.
They're good words to learn, but also the kanji on the doors.
But those are the in a restaurant or bar. Often they are just in Japanese characters. If you don't know the character for male and female, you're fucked. I've at least walked in the female toilets by accident.
I don't think learning kanji is important because it has like a male and a female sign when going to the toilet.
Third point, what you find is most Japanese people do actually know English words.
Yes.
The bit where Japanese people go wrong is grammar.
Yeah. And that's what they get stressed out about,
They
isn't
get
it?
stressed about grammar, they panic. You'll find if you can just say an individual word, you'll be fine. So you didn't need to know the word kokunai means domestic. You can just say, domestic, and they'll probably go, oh yeah, no problem. If you go, I want to go to the domestic flight, they'll be like, whoa, oh my god.
But also, don't be
just
afraid.
say individual words.
Don't be afraid to.
Communicate with English words, not phrases. But depending on the person, like there are people who don't speak English, so I think it would be good if you like learn how to speak easy Japanese words. Like single Japanese words would also be helpful when you question people. When you question Japanese people, they will understand you. So yeah, if you ask a question in English, then they would be confused, especially if you use it in sentences. But if you use it in like a singular word in Japanese, then you'll be good.
To use. Just remember that some of the train carriages, some of the metro carriages are women only.
I wish I'd known this because I more than once I've got on a carriage and it's been a woman-only carriage. I didn't see that, I didn't read. I'm not very good at looking around at my surroundings, I just do things. So I got on the train and everyone was looking at me, which is actually happens quite often in Japan if you're a foreigner. But everyone was looking at me especially angry, and I realised everyone that was looking at me was a woman. And basically, I'd got on the women-only carriage, so just maybe like a rucksack surrounded by 40 women. Before you get on a train, look at the ground. It kind of tells you if it's a women-only carriage or not, or on the side of the train, and that will save you looking like a sleazy foreigner.
Yeah. Fundamentally, a sad indictment
Surround
of Japanese.
Beware of women-only train carriages. The reason why they have the women-only trains are to prevent pervert people to get touchy on the train, if you know what I mean. Like, they are like hentai people, and they like to touch women. So, in order to avoid that, they made this train.
Cash.
Dirty cash.
Japan is a cash-based society. Do bring lots of cash. Most people in Japan do carry about $500 worth of cash on them.
If I go like this, can you make money rain down on my camera?
When it comes to editing this video, I'll decide whether or not that sequence warranted an overlay of cash raining down upon you.
I'm covered in yen.
Many other times that I've arrived somewhere and tried to pay with a card and not been able to. And you should always have at least $200 on you at any time. If you run out of cash, go to a convenience store. Don't go to a bank. Don't go looking for banks. Lots of banks in Japan don't take like MasterCard or Visa or whatever.
Right.
Just go to like a 7-Eleven
Yeah.
and those ATMs always.
Credit cards often don't work. Yeah, that's true. It's a cash-based country, so yeah, like people don't really use credit cards as much. But they do use prepaid cards though, like Pasmo and Suica, stuff like that. They have a lot of prepaid cards.
Pickpocket's dream. But luckily Japan doesn't really have any pickpockets. Very
That's
rarely.
true.
Not really, no.
You can be
That's
safe.
true.
The first day in Japan ever, I had ramen with my friend Dan. He's
Ramen.
around.
Right.
And yeah, everyone was slurping noodles.
Just get
on there.
big old slurp.
That's
It
right.
works because it
Slurping loudly is a thing. Yeah, that's true. Like even male and females, they tend to slurp. But personally, I don't do that because I find it very disgusting and embarrassing, and I just think it's very rude to do that in public. So I don't know why people tend to slurp in Japan. I have no idea why. And plus, it's really annoying. It's really annoying
In
to.
Japan, tipping hasn't been invented.
Tipping is considered rude and awkward. Yeah, that's true. In Japan, they don't have tipping.
Meal. If you do
They
do
don't
it, it's just
tip.
a little bit awkward because people will be like, "Why are you tipping me? What's going on?" It just kind of makes them feel uncomfortable because it feels like you're judging their service quality. In
That's
Japan,
true.
right, people have to give their 110% every day at work, no matter what they're doing. Maybe they're a train driver, maybe they work at a restaurant, maybe they're flying a plane.
One time, I tipped someone in Japan, and they gave me back the money. They said that they can't accept it, and they just gifted it back to me. So it's rude to tip in Japan.
Something else,
Yeah.
like footwear, which is our next point.
Yeah, obviously, when you go for a bit of food, occasionally a little drinky drink, you frequently find yourself in a situation where you have to take your shoes off. So if you've got those weird strappy boys, big booties that go up to your knee, you're going to have trouble getting them off.
Well, footwear that's easy to remove. In Japan, when you go indoors, you're supposed to remove your shoes. Japanese people tend to do that. Even when you go to clinics and some working places also do that too. And when it comes to going to clinics, they give you the slippers for you to wear, but I don't really comfortable when it comes to that kind of situation because I don't know. I think it's kind of disgusting to wear public slippers because of
Someone
the
went out for a meal
bacteria and
or went
stuff.
into like a public office or did anything, I had to take my boots off, and it took about 45 minutes to do that. Whilst everyone's going and having fun, I'm still there by the doorway, getting my fucking boots on. So don't wear big silly boots, just have some nice trainers. Use Velcro. You're in for a nasty shock. Smoking indoors. If you don't like smoking, then you're in for a nasty shock because most places do allow smoking indoors still. I'm talking bars and restaurants.
Yeah.
They are trying to phase it out, especially before the Olympics. Most places do have segregation, smoking, non-smoking, and actually the first thing you'll be asked when you go in is, do you want smoking or non-smoking?
Smoking indoors is allowed. Yeah, that's true. Even at working places, you can smoke indoors. and restaurants. I don't really like it because I have breathing issues.
And the last point, and this is completely random, you can buy almost anything at 100 yen store.
Japanese 100 yen stores. Yeah. You can find those anywhere in Japan.
Oh, you can buy.
You can buy nearly everything we've mentioned on this list in this video.
Oh, massively.
At some point or other. Yeah, 100 yen stores, which equates to about $1, I believe.
Yeah.
The best one
Yeah.
is Daiso. It's the best known one. Daiso. Lawson's 100 is another one.
Oh, they've got their own up there.
But Daiso
literally
is
anything you
the
want,
most
100 yen
common
store. Could be a
one.
notebook, could be a sense of self-worth. You could buy it there at a reasonable price, 100 yen. Amazing. I used to go into Daiso, the 100 yen store, just for finding weird English.
Right, okay.
Because they have
Yeah,
notebooks
that's
covered in
true.
weird English Japanese.
Japanese people, they're not really good when it comes to English grammar, so they just tend to use Japanese English.
You don't necessarily need to bother with marketing.
No,
or
they don't
do
bother
this.
having it proofread.
No.
That costs money. Why bother? it gives their brand a sense of esteem.
Yeah, like
The
this
English one.
type.
Right, okay.
And yeah, this is it. And I hope that you enjoyed my video. And yeah, this guy, he makes Japanese videos, and I find it interesting.